Hey everyone, Mikeycat here. So what are we doing today? Well, just doing an initial setup and try out of a custom-made Smokehouse Outfitter I Hammock hot tent. I ordered this from a gentleman who lives in Arkansas. I'll provide the information below if you're interested. Took a couple weeks or so for him to make it, and a little pricier than what some people may want to spend, but flexibility it offers, it's pretty neat. So I'll check this thing on the inside and out and let you know what we think. Alright everyone, here's the basic setup of the Smokehouse Outfitter I. They also make an Outiftter II, which is similar but a little bigger, in that you got that side that comes out like a wall tent. It's got 3 poles. On the Outiftter II, it's mirrored, so you'd have it like that instead of just a lean down on that side. I got this one, didn't really want the extra weight. Normally makes them in like 70 denier nylon, and he's got sil poly that he's got to like 20 denier. I went ahead and got this custom made in 30 denier sil nylon. I'm just used to that. I like the little additional strength to it and tear resistance. About the same weight as the sil poly. I know it's going to sag when it gets cold and wet and whatnot. It may not have as much hydrostatic head pressure on it, but I'm used to that in my teepees and stuff, so that's what I got them to build for me. And so yeah, it came with a ridge line. It looks like you can pass through in here if you want. I just went and made my own prussics and got a little Dutch beaner there and put that on, and did that down on the other side too. And down here at the sides, you've got these little Easton poles. You can make your own poles. I just decided to go with these. Why not? They're already the right length. They fit in the grommets. Down here at the bottom, I added just a little bit of shot cord onto the D-ring down here, and then just put in a MSR or groundhog stake. As you can see, there's side cloth everywhere. And then it comes with its own line. You can replace it, whatever. It's just got a little loop, and it's put another MSR stake on there. It's got a center one, and inside I mounted a center pole option. So that's something you have to specify if you want it. You get these little pockets sewn in on the inside, and I'll show you that there in a bit. But that way, if you want a pole or not, if you tell them that option, they'll at least put it in for you. And likewise, down there, I got the third stakeout point. So here you've got the siliconized stovejack. This will be my first time opening this up. So you can see it's got a little tie-off loop and a couple of stitched in rings there. So that's the other thing, you want to tell them too what size stove you're going to probably have going through there. I've got a combination of different ones, like Seek Outside, and got a New Way propane stove, and some others. They have about a 3 3/8 inch diameter. So I haven't measured that yet, but I'll find out when I try to put my stovepipe through there in a little bit if I need to trim it up a little bit or not. But you also got the outer one there, so if you want to put it on like a 4 or 5 inch for like a 4-dog stove or whatever, you can do that. So, yep. And then, of course, coming around the other side, you know, you've got 3 zipper setup here. So coming down, you've got your 1 zipper that you can adjust, your other one here, so you can adjust for your webbing loop or whatever suspension you've got for your hammock if you want a hammock camp. You can seal it up or open it up. And then of course down at the bottom, you've got the main one for entry and exit. And I just put on a couple little loops and some stakes just to keep that, you know, in case there'd be any wind or anything, I just keep that from blowing around anywhere. And then likewise on this side, coming on down, I got bound up by a tree there, but we just got 3 stakeout points on here and there too. I put in some shock cord, and that way it auto tensions itself a little bit. Here's another way you can do that with these pole guy outs. If you don't want to use their lines, if you just have some you know, spectre cord or whatever. Alright, if you want to make a auto tension line, what you can do on any line you got, you know, this or spectre or whatever, you get an area where you've got, say, I don't know, 4 inches, 6 inches or something apart there. You make a Beckett hitch loop where you basically just like make a loop, fold it back over the string, and then pull the string through, and then you put your piece of shock cord through there, and then when it tightens up, it'll lock it and bite onto it. And then likewise, you can come down the line a little bit, and let's say you've got like a 4-inch piece or whatever of shock cord, and you got, say, I don't know, 6-inch or 8-inch piece of, you know, line. You see, in that way, your line will be loose, but the shock cord will be tensioned. And then if there's ever any slack that comes up, it'll end up pulling till the point where that line eventually gets taut again, but it'll keep tension on that shock cord loop. So that's one way you can do that. So you see, if you have one on there, you pull out, it's always on tension, and your line will eventually get to a stop point. That way you can always have tension on your line. Okay, so here, if you want to make a little loop, and then basically fold that loop onto the line, then you pull that line through, then you put your stake in there. You put your stake, you see it'll bite it down on there, nice. And just decide to put that wherever you want. You just decide to stake that down. And you've got a nicely tensioned line. Alright, let's go inside here and check it out. So I got my hammock right here. I got a little stool, and you can see there's quite a bit of room. So this has 11-foot something ridgeline area, so big enough to put a hammock in here, most of them. Got that one to about the door, and likewise down here got that tension to about the door. I might play around my hammock setup a little bit later, but it's a good place to start. You can see you still got some room over here on this side where it's the lean-to. So when I was talking earlier about the pockets, you've got one way down there at the bottom, and you got a little loop. You got this really long aluminum hole set, and then it's got this up here at the ridge little angle piece that's on it, and then it tensions on down, and there's another little pocket down there at that end. So like I say, if you want that to, you know, just keep snow load or something off your roof there, you can do that. You got your stove jack. Whether or not you want to use it, it's totally up to you. I'm going to put a stove in here later and just try it out. But yeah, you can see you got plenty of room here. I mean, if you didn't have a stove in here, you could still fit people in here, you know, seats or whatever. Use it almost like a wall tent. So you could just have a really light wall tent mounted between two trees with some of these little poles, and it pretty much stays up on its own. Or you can make, if you don't have trees, you can make your own little you know, cross pole teepee setup or whatever, you know, to 2 or 3 poles to use there at the top, and then you can put a ridge pole through the hole up there in the top if you wanted, you know, like you would with a snow trucker tent or outfitter tent. So it makes it flexible for using it a lot of different ways. And let's say you just lay here in a hammock and, you know, get a lot of room and stay off the ground, get a comfy night's sleep, and, you know, put your underquilt in if you're afraid of it getting cold in the middle of the night if the stove goes out. If you use the New Way propane stove, it's vented, so it's got a 3-inch pipe that'll vent out. And it's controls almost like a barbecue grill, but you can get those through New Way. Sometimes Alaskan Tarpon Tent that make the Arctic ovens, they've got them for sale too. They've got all the extra pipe parts and stuff if you need those. A little pricier, but you get all the accessories you need pretty much through them. And that will run off a propane tank, big one, and then you don't have to worry about your fire going out in the middle of the night. You know, you get 15 hours or whatever heat, and, you know, you'd be golden. But the wood stove's pretty nice, and I said, you know, you got a bit of room here. Probably check this out later tonight and see how it operates and go from there. But yeah, if you like what you see, check it out. Like I said, I'll provide some links and information below. And I think this thing was about 500 or 600. I don't remember, but it kind of falls in line with ultralight teepees and whatnot. But that's the whole package here. You know, it's like a 11 by 11 or something. You know, it's pretty good sized floor space here. 3.5 pounds, whatever it is. It's not that bad. So I'll have to weigh it later. So yeah, you can get a real comfy night's sleep in a hammock. You don't have any lumps in your back or anything. You get a nice underquilt under you and cozy. So yeah, if you like what you see, check it out, and feel free to subscribe and comment, like, whatever, you know. I'm just doing this all for free, so totally agenda free. No paid advertising or anything, just give people information and try to inspire folks to get outdoors and try things. So, alright, have a good one. Thanks for watching.